Right.
So I would definitely describe Stevenator at best as inconsistent. But whoa! Knowing it's a best of 5, LDZ brings out the Koji. And Stevenator plays Brynn.
Yeah, Stevenator has been playing a lot of Brynn lately. Like I said, we've seen a lot of Brynn with the Axe patch, and Steve's pretty good with Spear too, so why not? I've seen him be playing this in ranked and stuff, so. LDZ on Koji, however, is a little interesting, because he doesn't really play Koji.
He's got bow. What we saw today on his Ember makes me think that if he's gonna get the bow, he's actually gonna be able to do quite a bit on it. And we don't really know exactly how much LDC is practicing. If he's got the talent to be able to play Queen Knight the level that he does, I don't want to doubt anything else that he can do within this game on Brawlhalla. It has the sword, and he's already winning out on trades with Steve.
Yeah, Steve's just sort of playing bad though. Like LDZ's doing some really obvious standard sword stuff.
Yeah, like side light air.
Just like getting hit by it.
Stevenator gets him with that sea light side light side air, and LDZ gets that D light down air, sends Stevenator below the stage. Recovery actually interrupts LDZ's ground pound, but LDZ's just playing.
Like, why is that a side air from Steve? That should have been a nair.
Side stick comes out.
It seems like Steve's playing bad. I don't know why.
Stevenator gets that ground pound. LDZ holds onto the bow. Goes in with an air. LDZ holding on to the bow himself. Goes for that end stick to be able to read that dodge. Doesn't work out. LDZ is trying to end this first stock. Stevenator gets in with an air. Nothing connects. And the down air from LDZ sends Stevenator off stage. Weapons toss to get his recovery up. And a dive kick actually puts LDZ in a position where I think he's dead. Stevenator bound.
He messed his recovery up. Steve, what are you doing?
LDZ's giving repetitive face palms to Stevenator. Stevenator does exactly what he did against Wilson. Stevenator goes in for the side sig. And LDZ hits him with a side air through that down stick from Stevenator. Stevenator wants to end the stock, but a D-light down air from Steve will most likely end the stock. That recovery goes quite deep.
He does find the kill. Okay, so yeah, Stevenator picking it back up. He's definitely got the ability to really own this game, especially with his crazy good axe play. If he gets it, like, he seems to be playing rusty. Like right there, that was a free dare, and he goes for a Sarah instead. He's finding some unarmed combos which are nice, and he is starting to take control again in a damage lead, but...
Stevenator uses that neutral light to cover LDZ for trying to go for a weapon, but LDZ seems to be fine with holding on to the sword. D-light side air comes out from Stevenator, puts LDZ further into the orange, drops that side air as he tries to approach the sword, and actually gets disarmed by another D-light side air. Stevenator following him off the stage, goes for that recovery just to be able to get back on, but LDZ finds a nice down air. Recovery stops LDZ for going for anything else, and LDZ lands back onto the stage, gets hit by the Valkyrie. Stevenator doesn't follow it up with a side air. I feel like he could have KO'd LDZ easily there, and a down sig.
That'll work, though.
Will hit him as LDZ tries to go for an end light. LDZ not playing very solid with this Koji so far. Like you said, at the beginning of the match, it wasn't like LDZ was doing anything really fancy. Stevenator was just playing kind of rusty with his Brynn, and now he's kind of bringing it back.
Yeah, I feel like he's starting to pick it back up. But, is it too late? Because LDZ is very capable of pulling off some crazy stuff with his bow if he wants to. And if Stevenator's not prepared for it when LDZ goes off, he could easily lose this game. I mean, already, he's having such a hard time just getting in on LDZ at all. I think he's dead.
Yeah, Stevenator gets hit by the weapon and doesn't realize some of his jumps.
He could have recovered. He thought he had another jump when he didn't.
That's pretty good. LDZ didn't take too much damage, and that's exactly what LDZ wants. Stevenator dying in some of the most unfortunate of ways, and holds onto the axe, goes for that side light nair follow-up, doesn't get the nair, and LDZ holding on to the sword. He's hit by a side light Sarah this time. End light comes out from LDZ. LDZ trying to do as much damage to Steve as possible with these side airs. Gets one of them.
Steve is really trying to hit this side light nair thing, and it's not working out for him.
Stevenator goes in for that pogo stick combo. Doesn't work out. D-light's being thrown out left and right. LDZ not punishing anything, and LDZ is just holding onto the sword, throwing out side air to side air. Both players not really hitting each other with anything. The side air finally connects from LDZ, and air comes out. Stevenator tosses the weapon, gets the unarmed follow-up, and now holding onto the axe, throws out that side sig. Neither player really wanting to punish each other.
Alright, so Steve finds a dare into ground pound and a nair. Finding actually quite a bit of damage. LDZ is nearing kill percent. I don't think a Sarah will kill just yet with axe, but...
Side air comes out and LDZ sent off the stage, goes for the recovery, and LDZ actually makes it back. Very creative jumps from there. The bomb actually comes out. That's devastating. LDZ
he canceled his dodge with a Sarah.
Oh,
does manage
no.
To
wow, Stevenator barely gets back with that air dodge, but that was such a great ledge guard from LDZ as he gets that D-light. LDZ is trying to get back, waits out that ground pound, and the side air will do it.
He's dead.
Stevenator gets back. No, side air hits him.
That was a great edge guard. Great edge guard by LDZ. Wow, that was a very close game. Could have gone either way, really. But LDZ, with the really well-placed stairs off stage, manages to take the one.
LDZ bans out Shipping Kings, and now he has to lock in a legend before Stevenator picks anything. Those are some great side airs coming from LDZ with the bow, especially the fact that like when he used that downlight and it didn't connect, he immediately turned around and hit him with the side air thinking that Stevenator was going to try to punish, and that is what sent Stevenator underneath the stage, and Stevenator switches over to the legend that we all know him for being a main of, and LDZ picks a more comfortable bow legend that he was playing earlier on in the match that he used to fight against Pierce.
Yep, so the Ember pick out of LDZ isn't entirely surprising. Still not his main man, which I think shows a bit of confidence from LDZ. Against someone like Steve, I mean, I'd expect him to go for just Queen Eye straight up, but I mean, he did good versus last game versus Brynn. We'll see. So Steve, on his main man, Bodvar, got LDZ down to deep red already, and is really just sort of looking for a kill. That ground pound would do it, but doesn't quite connect.
Stevenator holding onto the sword. He got a lot of damage on LDZ. LDZ tosses the guitars away, lands with a nair, goes in for a chase dodge side stick, and actually connects, sends Stevenator deep into the orange, goes with the bow, gets that side air instead of the recovery, which Stevenator wasn't expecting. The down layer. That'll do it.
Wow! What a fast turnaround by LDZ. He wasn't he wasn't in the lead.
No, he definitely wasn't, but it took only one solid string into a bunch of well-placed reads for LDZ to be able to end that stock from Stevenator and take the lead. Gets the end light with the bow. LDZ completely dominant with dominance with this bow. Goes in for that down air. Doesn't quite work out, and LDZ tries to recover. He actually waits out his dodge, and Stevenator is unable to punish LDZ's recovery game, which is so excellent. Throws onto the bow, tries to do something with it, goes for the end light, doesn't work out. Stevenator goes in for that D-light side air. Doesn't kill because he hits him into the platform on Mammoth Fortress, and LDZ manages to hold on to the stock. No, ground pound will do it.
Yeah, he used his dodge at a very bad time there. When a person with a hammer is above you, you gotta wait till you see the animation start till you can dodge. But LDZ still looking okay. Taking that nair is a little hard, but he's got Steve to orange, so he's not too far off from killing.
Yeah, scoop comes in from Stevenator, but he doesn't get any follow-up. LDZ gets him with the side light. Ooh, charges that down stick, and Stevenator tries to punch with a weapon throw side air. It doesn't work out. Stevenator dodges in place, tries to go for the stomp. LDZ doesn't get punished by it. Goes in for a dive kick, or downer instead. Down stick thrown out once again, but Stevenator is losing out on these trades. Side stick connects, and LDZ is looking to execute Stevenator here with a recovery. No, the down sig.
No, a down sig. Really good.
That was so great because he chased Stevenator all around off stage, forced away all the jumps and the dodge, made it back to the stage, and then punished the landing. That was excellent from LDZ. Hits him with that cider as well, and Stevenator gets hit by the neutral light into recovery, and Stevenator finally gets him the weapon, but at what cost?
Steve committed to getting that weapon way too hard, and he just took all of his health as damage because of it.
Cider comes in, and LDZ spacing so well around the recovery, Stevenator just dies. That's game 2 that goes over to LDZ's Ember, and Stevenator...
LDZ's dominating. Steve can't do anything. He just got 2-stocked. Like, healthily 2-stocked. LDZ wasn't even in red.
LDZ's offstage is really doing a number to Stevenator there. And with the hammer, he was expecting him to go for something, but instead LDZ went under the stage, something that Stevenator could not chase, and that completely destroyed him. Stevenator now switching up his color choice, no longer using the brown Bodvar that he's been using all throughout the tournament. And LDZ gives him the Queen Eye, knowing that this might very well be the final game between these two, and LDZ saying, "I'll give you my legend."
If LDZ wins the season grands, he got second place. Steve doesn't want to lose this. He wants to win the next 3 games, but that's 3 games you have to win against a player like LDZ. He finally pulls out the Asgardian Bodvar skin, which is what he usually uses. Although he usually uses the white skin instead of the black.
Stevenator getting hit by that neutral light. LDZ goes for that weapon toss, and that's that spear weapon toss that I'm so loving from LDZ, so much loving from LDZ, because I never seen him do that before. And he tosses it at an angle where it slobbed upwards to cover his head, and still goes forward to the point where it covers way more ground than it normally would if he just threw it straight up. And LDZ goes in with that chase dodge end sig. Stevenator's ready to punch with the side air, but doesn't get the down air as well. Stevenator losing on all these trades and gets hit by the end air as he tosses his weapon up. He's disarmed right now, and LDZ is looking to end the stock. Neutral light, chase dodge into another neutral light, and he gets the end air, nearly kills him off the top.
LDZ is playing flawlessly right now. Like, I don't think I've ever seen him play this good. He has the hardest reads I've ever seen against a player like Stevenator. His movement is so, like, just crisp. Like, he goes exactly where he wants to go every time. Like, this guy's been practicing off his mind, and it shows. He is so just confident in everything he's doing. And I don't think Steve is prepared. I don't think he can win this.
Cider comes in, Stevenator holds onto the hammer, jump. Ooh, actually tosses his weapon into the charge signature and is able to stop it. Gets some decent damage in too. Tries to go for these stomps, gets the second stomp. Cider weapon tosses, puts LDZ into the red, and Stevenator's trying to get the stock as soon as possible before he puts himself into kill percent. Air comes out, but it's Queen Naya. Weapon toss, bomb. Bomb gets sent straight up, and he falls into it. That is devastating to Steve's psyche, and Steve gets that recovery, disarms him into an air, and actually makes the best out of a horrible situation.
I mean, he is already in kill percent for Queen Naya. Signature would kill right now.
Ooh, weapon toss stops the recovery, and he gets that stop to interrupt the end state, but the recovery kills him off the top.
Nair to recovery. He caught Stevenator sleeping a little bit there and manages to get a bit of an early kill. This is a full stock lead for LDZ. Can Stevenator come back, or it's going to be so hard?
D-Light down air, another D-Light down air. If he keeps getting those strings without getting punished, that's one way, but LDZ tosses his spear into his face, tosses it upwards, holds onto the spear, goes for an air. Stevenator.
I mean, LDZ is trading off the damage that he's taking from these downlight combos.
Yeah, and in fact, now just winning out on the damage as he hits more things in a row. Using that spear to toss into Steve's face as he tries to approach him off stage. Dodges in place, but a D-Light down air actually does it. LDZ gets the unarmed. Stevenator gets that D-Light into an end-sig. That was an awesome end-sig read, and I'm so upset that it didn't connect because it gave LDZ the kill, but still,